Welcome to YogiVIews, where my guest is yoga itself, through interviewing those who practice it, teach it, sell it, or simply love it. I am Antonio Sausys. It is impressive to witness the many ways in which yoga continues to merge with other modalities in what's an expression of the very core of yoga's concept that we are all one, amazingly integrated within ourselves and with everything else that exists. This is the case of a relatively new form of yoga named Acro Yoga. Acro Yoga blends the wisdom of yoga, the dynamic power of acrobatics, and the loving kindness of healing arts. These three lineages form the foundation of a practice that cultivates trust, playfulness, and community. There are two schools of Acro Yoga. Acro Montreal, led by Jesse Goldberg and Eugene Poku, has used the term since 2001, bringing together acrobatics, yoga, and dance performance. The other one is Acro Yoga Inc., which began in California with Jason Niemer and Jenny Klein and was labeled as Acro Yoga in 2006. The latter practices bring together acrobatics, yoga, and Thai massage. Both schools offer teaching certifications, and despite some differences, they have many similar poses and aspects in common. Jason's younger brother brought him into gymnastics, and from there he found acrobats playing at the gym and was hooked on both. During his teenage years, he trained with some of the top Russian and Bulgarian acrobatic masters. Competing among the best acrobats in the world inspired his practice and taught him about humility. In 1991, after years of dedicated practice at the age of 16, Jason represented the US at the World Championships of Sports Acrobatics in Beijing. In 1996, he performed acrobatics in the opening ceremonies at the Olympic Games. Yoga came to him in his last semester of university. After that first class, there has been no looking back. Connection to the breath and the lifestyle philosophy of yoga filled him with so much joy. Currently, he travels to teach, study, and to bring communities together through divine play. He believes this practice can be used as a tool to heal people and connect people in a playful dance that will benefit global peace. Jenny Sauer-Klien has been studying and teaching yoga, circus arts, and healing modalities for over 12 years. She is influenced by her avid studies of Shadow Yoga and Taoist practices, and is hugely inspired by the work of Abraham-Hicks and the therapeutic joy of dancing. She is dedicated to the path of partnership and is deeply grateful to travel this magnificent planet in service of love. They recently organized the third annual Divine Play Festival at Fort Mason Center in San Francisco, California, as an urban oasis for active yogis to play, learn, transform, and recharge from greater peace and playfulness. Each day, classes were offered for all levels from absolute beginner to advanced, so participants could explore in-depth study with internationally renowned master teachers.
So, we have a great opportunity here. We have the operations manager of Acro Yoga, the company that puts on this festival. Please tell us your name.
Devin Sisler.
So, Devin, thank you for speaking with us. And how long have you been doing this festival?
This is the third year of the Acro Yoga Divine Play Festival.
And how is it going?
Very well. We love the venue. We're at Fort Mason in San Francisco, California. And this is the first year that the festival has been in the city. And we absolutely just love the area, and we have a great turnout.
Where has the festival been before?
Last year was in Richmond, California, up in north of here, and then the year before that was in Oakland.
What would be the difference, or what would you say is the difference between those two locations and having the opportunity of hosting the festival here in the city?
Acro Yoga was co-founded here in Dolores Park in San Francisco, so that's a major part of it. And it's just a really, really beautiful space, and it's a little more central within the city.
How long ago did Acro Yoga start?
Jenny Sauer-Klien and Jason Niemer met about 9 years ago, and they started playing and sharing acrobatics, Thai massage, and partner flying yoga. And then within about a year or so, they had founded the company, and a lot of people were asking them for a manual, so they began to create the manual, and then they had a teacher training.
And what would you say is the main feature of combining yoga and acrobatics?
It's really the mindfulness of yoga, so the breath and the physical awareness in combination with the dynamic energy and the power and the force and the excitement of acrobatics.
Now, it is also something that I have seen people do in diets, in pairs. So do you think it has any influence on relationship or on something like that?
The tricks are fun, but at the end of the day, it's really about trust, communication, and connection.
Well, so for now, I'm going to trust you to show us the place.
Okay.
Okay.
So here we are at the 3rd annual Acro Yoga Divine Play Festival. In front of us, we have about 450 people who are practicing different levels of Acro Yoga, acrobatics, and then some other experimental fusion things that we're having a lot of fun with today. We have some really lovely benders, and we're also excited that Off the Mat Into the World is our beneficiary partner. So this year, proceeds from the festival go to support their work and what they're doing and voting, because all yogis should be voting. So the festival is set up in a way that we have beginner level classes. So if you've never ever done Acro Yoga before in your life, we give a lot of support. We invite you to come and try it for the first time. So we have that going on over here. We're learning how to base and fly and spot.
There are 3 primary roles in an Acro Yoga practice: base, flyer, and spotter. The base is the individual who has the most points of contact with the ground. Often this person is lying on the ground with the entire back torso in full contact. This enables both arms and legs to be bone stacked for a maximum stability and support of the flyer. Main points of contact with a flyer are the feet, generally placed on the flyer's hips or stomach, and the hands, which either form handholds or grasp the shoulders. The base represents stability and grounding. The flyer is the individual who is elevated off the ground by the base. The flyer can move into a series of dynamic positions and generally lets gravity do the work for them. A flyer needs balance, confidence, and core strength. The flyer represents freedom and dynamic balance. The spotter is the individual who has an objective view of the partners and whose entire focus is on making sure that the flyer lands safely in case of any slips. The spotter can also make recommendations to the base and flyer to improve their form. The spotter represents safety and guidance.
We're learning about a lot of the basic poses, as well as exploring this fusion of acrobatics, yoga, and Thai massage. These are our teachers from the Bay Area, Amy and Pellizzeri and Justin Bench, going over some of these basics of flying. Today they're working on the pose called throne and how we get into that. Over under G today, we have Ezra LeBlanc, who is a professor at UCLA and has done a lot of work with Pilates. So they're doing a lot with creative movement, collaboration, taking the principles of Acro Yoga, of acrobatics, and being able to apply it in all sorts of different movement and creative expression.
The lunar therapeutic practice includes Thai massage, therapeutic flying, and partner yoga. In these practices, both the giver and receiver will feel more full and balanced. Thai massage is an ancient gift from Thailand. It is a practice that was cultivated by monks to open the body using body weight, loving touch, and mindfulness. Therapeutic flying is an inverted aerial Thai massage. The base supports the flyer with her feet as the flyer hangs passively. The base uses gravity, stretching, and meta-loving kindness to open the flyer's upper body. When the flyer comes down, they do Thai massage on the base warmed-up legs. The session is complete with both partners having given and received, based and flown, inhaled and exhaled.
Over here, we have Ariel and Melinda, who both have a background in capoeira as well as being certified AcroYoga teachers. So they have taken those two modalities and they're doing an experiment fusing those today for the first time here at the AcroYoga Festival. So taking concepts of both and getting to play and experiment between the two. This is a favorite drill that we like to call ninja box, Jedi box.
Partner yoga is the art of using each other's body weight and breath to open and warm the body. This is a way for us to use a partner's strength or body weight to open our bodies in new ways. In all of these practices, gravity and loving touch help us to let go of fear and pain. The solar acrobatic practices are the tools to unlock the power in others and in ourselves. The solar elements are strength building, inversions with spotting, and partner acrobatics. Acro-yogis build strength by using acrobatic and gymnastic training techniques like push-ups, down dog push-ups, abdominal exercise, and other partner conditioning drills. At the same time, they coach each other to encourage positively and teamwork. The inversion and spotting give the chance to build trust and efficient acrobatic techniques for headstands, handstands, and more.
Rachel Baker and Shira are representatives from the athletic playground that's in Emeryville. So they're teaching a lot of basic acrobatics, lifts and holds, and how we find movement using these acrobatic techniques. At the end of the day, the most important thing, the most advanced acro-yogi is having fun. This is a little acrobatic body surfing. Jason, Chelsea, and Lux are teaching a trio workshop. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Jason, Chelsea Magnus, and Daniel Scott Spampanato. So now we're getting a little bit more experimental in trying to play with two bases and one flyer. So these guys are a little bit more of intermediate practitioners. They're using a lot of basic skills that they may have taken a year or two or three to cultivate, and now begin to play and explore what the possibilities are when they change some of the rules. You begin to notice that there's extra people on the outside of just the base and the flyer, and those are the spotters. The spotters give us support so that we can really take the practice into new places, push our edge, and know that we're going to be safe. So this class is called Icarian Basics, and it's taught by Nico, who has come all the way over from the Netherlands to share
Where is he?
Where is he? Nico is right over here in the corner.
So tell us again. This is Nico.
Oh, so this is Nico, who's come all the way over from the Netherlands to share Icarian basics. In this class, people are working on taking those acrobatic skills and adding timing and momentum. So they're going to be faster transitions and then something that we call popping. So you may very quickly kind of jump from one pose to the other with a base and a flyer. Spotting becomes absolutely essential, and we're really honored to have Nico here today. He's a really, really phenomenal teacher and is really empowering this community to do a lot of fun things. Jeremy Simon, who's a San Francisco-based teacher, and Adam Rinder, who's a New York-based teacher, are really experimenting here with different ways to share and play with weights. Taking a lot of basic techniques like fusing a headstand with a little bit of a walkover, playing with momentum, and getting collaborative. Today was inadvertently and unexpectedly Team Spirit Day, where a few different communities, like those from Portland and San Diego, wore the same outfits, coordinated with their groups. So you get to begin to see throughout how many different people came from different parts of the country and different parts of the world. Oh yeah. I'm finding the teacher. So this class is beginning to deconstruct and play with something that's known as a washing machine. So we take those poses that are known and begin to flow around so that 4 or 5 poses link together and then start again. So once you get it and there's a lot of finesse, you can really begin to cycle through, maybe in this direction or that direction or some direction, the poses link and it becomes a circular motion. So these guys are getting to explore and experiment with playing with one set of washing machines. Erin Lind is one of the teachers and Ariane from Miami is another one. And this is one of the few places where so many people can learn about different kinds of washing machines. One of the things that's unique and different about acro yoga versus straight up acrobatics is we often work with possibly a female base, like my shirt says. And we also like to work in same sizes. So often basing and flying in other sports is really prohibitive depending on your size. And we're so technique based. We like to say technique is for the weak. It makes things possible that wouldn't otherwise be possible. And it's really exciting to see some of the things that happen that I've never seen happen anywhere else. And then over in this corner, there are a lot of teachers over here, and I'm not sure exactly who it is. I think so in this class, we're taking the practice to its highest heights. It's very technique based. It's very, you see there are more spotters than people actually practicing. And what we call is this kind of thing is too high and going into hand-to-hand. Some naysayers in the world have said that acro yoga isn't really yoga. because you might not have focus. It might be too playful and too fun and too distracting. When you look at somebody who's bouncing another person standing on their hands, you begin to know that you can't have a drishti looking anywhere else. You have to be completely aware and focused and present in your body in that very moment for that particular move to work at that particular time. So this is one of the highest levels of offering that we're able to practice and play with. It's been really exciting for me in this community to see there used to only be a handful of people who were really doing this a few years ago, and now we regularly have classes that have 20 or 30 people in them.
Yoga is the glue between the solar and the lunar practices and draws a connecting thread between the two. It is a physical practice as well as a life philosophy that is honed through postures, breathing exercises, mantras, and more. All partner practices are fed by solo practices. In Acro Yoga, they have designed a solar and lunar solo practice that will help students embody the techniques that will feed into partner practices. As they delve deeper and self-reflect in all areas of their lives, yoga philosophy helps to understand the divine gifts and puts all of them into good use.
Off in the corner, the most advanced classroom of all is the chill space, where we get to mellow out, calm down, drink some beautiful tea hosted by Numi Tea House, Numi Organic Tea, overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge and enjoying the pillows and the carpets and just getting to mellow out and enjoy this time together.
Over 100 classes with certified AcroYoga teachers from around the world and master teachers in the respective fields of yoga, acrobatics, and Thai massage were enjoyed by the avid participants.
Hello,
What is your name?
Melinda.
Melinda, are you an acroyogi?
I am.
What does acroyoga bring to you?
Joy, connection, and relationship.
How is it different from other types of yoga?
It is cultivating more relationship because you're with a partner, and it incorporates aspects of yoga, acrobatics, and the healing arts.
How long have you been doing this?
In earnest since 2008.
Uh-huh. And a lot of people are perhaps afraid of doing it because they are afraid of falling. And then I see that a lot of people that do it for the first time are pretty okay. Mm-hmm. What would be your words to someone who perhaps is afraid of doing it?
It's a lot of trust, and that you are being supported by a very knowledgeable community, and we will not let you fall.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Certainly a form of yoga that can bring a lot of joy to those that practice it, along with developing skills for living together in a conscious and careful way. At nighttime, the festival presented the music of So What Project, formed by Nicolas Pucci and Rodrigo Bustos, whom I have the opportunity to speak with.
What's your impression of being here in San Francisco, bringing your music here?
Well, first of all, we are so glad to be here, and this is our first time here. And we're gonna dance jump and show what we do with all our love and music is for jump, to connect with yourself. So we work on that, and we're so glad to be here, so happy.
And you've been doing this in Argentina as well. And do you feel that the American public is different from Argentinian public, or are we all the same somewhere in the heart?
We are all the same. There's no difference. People need the connection with themselves, and this is a door to experience that connection. With the yoga, with the mantras, with the meditation, it's the same around the world. It's one language around the world for one world family. So that's for what we are looking for.
And so if you were to name, what is the message that yoga brings to the world? What are you spreading? What is the message that yoga brings to the world?
Union. Yoga means union. So it's the same what part of the world we are playing, what part of the world we are doing, what part of the world we are right now is the same. Is the union of your mind, your body, and your spirit, and the body and the mind of the spirit of the person you have just in front of you. So
It doesn't matter your language, your country, your religion. We are all people, human beings, so we need to be together with the nature. That's it.
Well, thank you very much for bringing your good message to a place where it's obviously eager to receive it. So thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I hope you like our show today. And if you care to let me know, shoot me an email at antonio@yogiviews.com. I look forward to seeing you the next time.